Exploration of the concept of wrath, often referred to as anger or rage, is a powerful and complex human emotion with profound implications for individuals and society as a whole. In this comprehensive examination, we will delve into the nature of wrath, its manifestations, psychological underpinnings, cultural context, and the strategies for managing and channeling this intense emotion constructively. What is the nature of wrath? Wrath is a visceral and intense emotion characterized by strong feelings of anger, indignation, and a desire for vengeance or retribution. It typically arises in response to perceived injustices, threats, or offenses, whether real or imagined. Wrath is often accompanied by physical and psychological changes, such as increased heart rate, adrenaline surge, and a readiness for aggressive action. While wrath can manifest as an immediate, explosive outburst of anger, it can also simmer beneath the surface, festering and intensifying over time. The experience of wrath can be all-consuming, clouding judgment and triggering impulsive and sometimes destructive behavior. What is the manifestations of wrath? Wrath can manifest in various ways, ranging from verbal expressions of anger to physical violence. Here are some common manifestations of wrath. Now, verbal aggression. Wrath often finds expression in aggressive language, including yelling, cursing, and making threats. Verbal aggression can harm relationships and create a hostile environment. Now, physical aggression. In extreme cases, wrath may lead to physical violence, such as hitting, pushing, or throwing objects. Physical aggression can have severe consequences, including harm to oneself and others. Now, passive-aggressive behavior. Some individuals may express their wrath through passive-aggressive behavior, which involves indirect expressions of anger, such as silent treatment, sulking, or intentionally sabotaging others. Now, brooding and rumination. Wrath can also manifest as brooding and rumination, where individuals dwell on perceived wrongs, replaying them in their minds and intensifying their anger over time. Now, revenge fantasies. Wrath often includes fantasies of revenge or retribution. These fantasies may provide a sense of empowerment, but can also perpetuate a cycle of anger and conflict. What is the psychological dimensions of wrath? Wrath is a complex emotion with deep psychological roots. Understanding the psychological dimensions of wrath can shed light on its dynamics and effects. What is the triggers? Wrath is often triggered by perceived threats to one's physical or psychological well-being, violations of personal boundaries, or injustices. The intensity of the response can vary based on individual temperament and past experiences. Now, fight or flight response. When individuals experience wrath, their bodies enter a state of heightened arousal, similar to the fight or flight response. This physiological reaction prepares the individual for confrontation or self-defense. Now, cognitive distortions. Wrath is often accompanied by cognitive distortions, such as black and white thinking, catastrophizing, or attributing malicious intent to others. These distortions can intensify feelings of anger and righteousness. Now, impact on decision-making. Wrath can impair decision-making by narrowing focus to the source of anger and reducing consideration of long-term consequences. This can lead to impulsive and regrettable actions. Now, health consequences. Chronic anger and wrath have been associated with various health problems, including cardiovascular issues, weakened immune function, and psychological disorders like depression and anxiety. What is the cultural and historical context of wrath? The perception and expression of wrath are shaped by cultural and historical contexts. Now, cultural norms. Cultural norms play a significant role in determining how wrath is expressed and perceived. In some cultures, openly expressing anger is considered acceptable and even necessary for assertiveness, while in others, it may be viewed as inappropriate or harmful. One is the religious and philosophical perspectives. Many religious and philosophical traditions provide guidance on managing wrath. For instance, Buddhism emphasizes the importance of compassion and the harmful effects of anger, while some Western philosophical traditions, like Stoicism, advocate for emotional self-control. Now, literature and media. Wrath is a recurring theme in literature, mythology, and popular culture. Characters driven by wrath often serve as cautionary examples, highlighting the destructive consequences of unchecked anger. For example, in Homer's The Iliad, Achilles' wrath leads to tragic consequences. Now, socialization. Socialization processes, including upbringing and education, play a role in how individuals learn to manage and express their anger. Cultural norms and family dynamics can influence one's ability to cope with wrath construction.